flying airplanes makes you feel alive. It gives you a sense of freedom, of being liberated from your disability, with nothing to hold you back.
My favourite flying memory, I have to say probably it was when I first went solo.
Amongst many things, you run AFE, Aeroplane Flight Equipment, but you also publish the PPL books.
That's right, we do. I've been a flying instructor since I was 19 years old. Whether that's good or bad, you'll have to decide. We've been writing the manuals now for about 20 years, and we sell them all over the world. So we get a lot of feedback about training for PPLs, for commercial pilots and so on. My involvement with the project to write the new syllabus basically came about with a phone call from the CAA who said, what do you think of the existing EASA PPL syllabus? And I said, I thought there were problems. We started off with a room full of about 30 people, and after about a year's worth of meetings, they were down to about 5 of us. But what we hope we've produced is a new and better syllabus that's actually suited to what people need to know today and not what might have been relevant 20 or 30 years ago. And something that's relevant at PPL and light aircraft pilot level, not what people want to know to fly airliners. A genuine vote of thanks to the CAA. I know this sounds like I'm creeping now. Credit where credit is due. These guys are serious about making general aviation more affordable and just make more open to everybody.
How realistic is it in terms of a sensible timeline that your proposal will be responded to by EASA, because they are surely the one in the bargaining power whether they adopt your thinking or not?
It's already happened. When we all completed the work at the CAA and we'd finally reached a syllabus that we all felt happy with, this went off to EASA. The beauty of the system is we send in the syllabus. It was done through the DFT, through the government department, and EASA has 30 days to comment on it. If at the end of 30 days they haven't commented, it is automatically accepted, and we like that system. So we held our breath for 30 days, and on 31 days when we'd had no comment, that was it. It was accepted.
Yeah.
So we're in. We've done it. We will publish our document within the next week or so, which also contains the new syllabus documents, and we hope that people will start to adopt it and start to use it and see the advantages of training for the 21st century.
Okay, so the first control we're going to look at is the elevator, which controls the aircraft in pitch around the lateral axis.
A lot of the evolution is in the theoretical knowledge, and a lot of that is about taking out things that either were simply not required. People don't really need to know what the Chicago Convention decided in 1944. This is not helpful to today's flying, but they certainly need to know about things like diesel engines, EFIS, GNSS, all of the modern technology, which everybody's using, but nobody's been getting enough training on. So that was the kind of thing that we had to do. Just make it more relevant to today's flying.
All right, rotate. Lower the nose. Trim it. Okay, very good. Make sure you've got the climb attitude now. Yeah. Come over to the right. The wind's from your right. Yeah. So you're heading.
Does that still mean that the future pilot can still fly by the seat of their pants if technology fails them?
If nothing else, I think there's more emphasis on it. We've got to stay close to that. And after all, PPL flying is a very broad church. You can learn in an aeroplane with diesel engines, with dual EFIS systems, with GPS, or you can learn in a non-radio wooden aeroplane where you have to swing the propeller. So we've got to be able to cover all of those options, but the basic skills are the same for everything. And as we've discovered in this business over the last couple of years, the basic skills are actually more and more important the more technology they put in the aeroplane.
Do you have to rewrite your course books?
I'm glad you mentioned that, because taking somebody who's never seen an aeroplane in their life, where do we start this teaching? Where do we start the learning process? And it's been a really interesting business. starting from fresh and not just copying what went before.
When will the electronic PPL exam kick in?
A very good question. According to the latest from the CAA, I was at a seminar they gave just about an hour ago. They're looking now into next year, probably the beginning of 2016. But this is computers, watch this space. My personal view is that you should be able to take those exams at the flying school. I don't think it should be necessary to go to a separate centre.
Yes! I just passed my flight test and that feels really good.
So what you've actually done, Jeremy, is you've made the UK flight training industry much more attractive to the European market.
If that's an outcome, I'd be very, very pleased with that idea. But we hope that people will just adopt it. We'll be sending this syllabus out across Europe. I'll be taking it out to my distributors across Europe. And if they think it's better, I hope they'll adopt it themselves. I just hope they'll think it's a better way of doing things.